Okay. Make sure we're streaming here. One second, we'll get started in a minute. Turning on the chat for you guys. This is a live class, so feel free to use the chat. Let me make sure that we're on Facebook here. There we go. Okay, looks like we are, and we can get started. There we go. Okay, we're live. Hi, this is Sergio from the marketing team here at Layer Realty, and welcome to Canva 101. This is a 101 class on how to use Canva. Canva is the design platform that we use here at Layer for everything. Anything that you see at Layer that has any kind of marketing, any presentations, any brochures, it's all done in Canva. And Canva is a general design platform, so it's not just real estate related, but you can use it for tons of things. This is a 101 class, so I will go slow. You know, it'll be very basic things. So if you have used Canva before, let me know if you have any questions, any particular questions. And I want to do another class that's a little more like intermediate Canva. But for today, we're going to be covering the basics of Canva. This is a live class, so feel free to use the chat button here. And you can ask any questions, both on Zoom, looking on Facebook here as well. Okay, so let's get started. Real quick. There we go. All right, so Canva. First thing I'm going to cover is how to sign up for Canva. If you haven't signed up ever, now's your chance. canva.com, you go to Canva, click on this sign up button. Again, if you've never signed up, you would click here. You can choose any of these. You can continue with Google, Facebook, your email. There are other ways of continuing, or basically other ways of having logins with them. I do recommend making note of what you use to sign up. So this is important because if you signed up with your Gmail and you click on continue with Google, you have to always click on this, right? So if you click on continue with email and then you put in your email address, this is a different way of logging in, right? So you're not connecting directly with Google, you're just using your email address. And although your email address is the same through Google and whatever you put in here, it might not let you in. So just make note of what you actually used to sign in, right? So most of the time I just click continue with email. I don't really bother with connecting with any of these. So make sure that you sign in. Once you're logged in, once you're signed in, you will see your homepage or this home dashboard that we see. And what I'm going to do here is switch over to my personal account. Everything that I do here will be done with the free version of Canva. That puts me in the next thing I wanted to cover is that there are two different versions. There's more than two, but for intents and purposes, there's just these two that we have available. There is a free version of Canva, and then there's something called Canva Pro. So immediately as I sign in, you'll see this pop-up ad that just letting me know what Canva Pro is, and I can start a free trial. It there is a 30-day free trial of Canva Pro, which you can try out. You can learn more about the differences between the two by clicking on plans and pricing. And then if you choose compare pricing, you can see the both differences. There is a version of Canva for teams. This is great if you do work as a team. You're allowed to add accounts to this one whole account, right? It does provide a few extra things. And then there's enterprise, which you don't have to worry about. There is a monthly cost of $15 a month for Canva Pro. You can pay upfront for a year. They do have teacher and school discounts. So what's the difference? Canva Pro has tons of templates that are available, like premium templates, as well as a bunch of stock footage, stock video, graphics. You can use brand kits. You can do a ton of things. It just expands the use of Canva. Most of the templates that we have at Layer, you're able to use with the free version of Canva. But we do have some templates that do require Canva Pro. And now you don't have to have Canva Pro to download this stuff, but you would have to go in and change some things out. I'll show you once we get to those templates. For now, you can start with Canva Free, the free version. It's enough for you to start learning how to use it. Most of the time, you will just be editing some of our templates or some of Canva's templates, doing some quick edits. Later on, you can make some designs that you start from scratch, but for the most part, we recommend our agents just use the templates that we give them, or they can do a search for templates here in Canva. So where do you find these templates? So I'm going to do a couple of things. So layeragentservices.com. I'll put that in the chat. This is easier when it's just when there's more than one person present. There we go. So it's in the chat now. So layeragentservices.com, this is sort of the number one resource for everything here at Layer. If you scroll down, you see this first section is marketing, branding, and presentations. And that very first link, guides, presentations, brochures, this takes you to all of our templates that we have. And these are all, for the majority, there's a couple that are not, but all of these are Canva templates. One thing to look out for is that there's two scroll bars on this. I'm working on fixing this, but for now, there's two scroll bars on this. There's an inside one. Make sure that you scroll all the way down, and there's more down here. You can also sort through this by using any of these filters. So if you're looking for a particular type of content, postcard, for example, it'll filter that information out, or you can use this search. So if you're looking for a brochure, just do a search for a brochure, and it will pull up all of our brochures. So how do we use these templates? So once we find one, for example, we have this new year in review post. We click on open template. So there's a button here that says open template. And as long as you're signed in to Canva, you'll be met with this message, and you can click use template for new design. Now this opens the template in Canva, right? I'm signed in. I'm signed in with the free version of Canva, so that's why it says try Canva Pro up here. This opens up in the main interface of Canva. So this is where you do the majority of the work here in Canva, and I'll do a quick overview of this interface. You just drink something. So this particular design is meant to be used for doing a sort of a sales recap of all of the transactions you did in the past year, right? So we're at the beginning of the year and we can do a social media post that is sort of a year in review of all of your transactions. Now we have different pieces here. You don't have to use all of them. Most likely you'll just use one, but we try to provide different designs that can fit your own market. So, you know, if you didn't go and make all of these sales like in 1 year, you don't have to use this particular template. You can use something that's more like this, that just shows some stats. We have one that's just the year, how many homes you sold, etc. So you can pick one that you'd like and then edit it. So let me go over just a general overview of the UI, right? So this is your design. It's been open here. I clicked on this link, right? I clicked on this link. I opened up this design. This creates a new copy of the design in your Canva account, right? So this is yours. Any changes that you make to this don't show up on our end. This is yours. You can mess it up. You can always go back, click on this, and open up a fresh template. So if for whatever reason you lost this particular design, you can always come here, click on this button, click on use template for a new design, and this opens up a new design. You'll notice that it says copy of year in review. One thing I do recommend for agents is to rename your files always. This helps you later when you're looking for your design. So instead of copy of this or whatever, you can just take this off. It should be 2023. You can do something like this, January, or you can do something that you can go back and search for later. All you need to do is click in here, change the name, and this will change. You'll notice on to the left of it, you'll see this all changes saved. When you hover over it, this is a little icon of a cloud. Anytime you make a change to a design, it will save automatically. All of these files are on the cloud, so you're not like downloading like the actual project files. You're not downloading those or keeping them on a drive on your computer. This is all saved in the cloud. So you can make changes to this and then log in a different computer with your accounts and see the same exact project. Same with sharing. You can share this exact design by clicking on share. It says people with access. You can add people within your team, or you can add them via email, or you can send a collaboration link by clicking here and then clicking anyone with the link. This link, if you click on copy link, you can then send this link to anyone and then they can see your original design. So this comes in handy if you are working with our team, with our marketing team. If there's a particular design that you're working on and you need help with, you can click on this. Actually, let me get rid of my video so you can see more of the UI. There we go. Click on share, anyone with the link. We have our permissions here on the right. Right now it says it can edit. That means I can come in here, edit this document. There's can comment. So if you want someone to check off on your design, you can do this, or you can do can view. This is just view only. So if you want to share this design with someone, but you don't want them to change any of it, you can click on that. I'll click on can edit, copy this link, and I can just send this via email or whatever, and I'll be able to see this design, make any changes to this design. In fact, I will do that so I can show you what that looks like. I'm going to open up a different Canva account on my other window that I have. Click on this link. So click on share, anyone with the link. And you'll see that on my other account. You can see two different pictures here. So these are whoever is viewing the document at the time will show up here. And then I can make changes on my end. For example, I'll just get rid of this. Any changes that I make on my end will show up then on my account here. You can even see my mouse moving around, so you can see what the other person is doing. But anyway, let me get back to the basics and explaining the UI. Like I said, top bar, we have our name, we have the share button. I'll show you what the rest of this does in a second. We have home. This just brings you back home to your dashboard. File is where you can do things like import files. You can show rulers and guides this way as well. You can move your design to folders in your Canva account. This comes in handy. This can help you organize. So for example, if I want to save this to a folder, I can click Save to Folder. I'll create a new folder by clicking Create New. I'll call it Year in Review, and then Add to Folder. This will then add this to the folder. So when I go back home, under this section here that says Projects, if I click on Folders, it will show me my folders. Here's this Year in Review folder, and there it is. You can also do a search. So if you do a search for Year in Review, it will come right up. So that's why I advise that you name your file something that's memorable, so you're able to do a quick search and bring up your design. The magic switch button is something new, and this can help you resize your design. I believe this is just a feature of Canva Pro. So this is for an Instagram post, right? It's a square. But if you wanted to change this over to something like an Instagram story, you can switch it over. I'll show you on my Pro accounts what that looks like, but this is a feature of Canva Pro. Okay. Now on the left-hand side, you'll see different tabs here, different buttons. The first one is Design. This is where you can look for templates. We already have our template here, so we don't need to use that. Another one is Elements. Elements are any objects that you see here in your design, or object that you can add to your design. So this includes things like pictures, frames, logos, and you'll find different suggestions that you can use if you scroll down as well, videos, photos. The best way of doing this or sorting through this info is by just doing a search. For example, this frame that I have here, instead of having this, I think I want a circle frame for my picture. So I will click on it, delete it. I'll do a search for frame, circle. And if I scroll down to frames, you'll see it'll return a bunch of frames that are circles. If I click on See All, it gives me all of these. And I'll choose this one that has this gold border. I can then move this in my document, and I'll zoom in by clicking on the slider and zooming in this way. Click on this and then grab one of the corners of this bounding box and then slide it down. And now we have our frame here. Anytime you see this picture of a cloud and the hills, this is a frame. This means that you can upload or you can drag and drop an image to this frame. So let's do that. So I have some pictures here of agents. I'm gonna click on this image and then drag it over to this frame. So you'll notice that when I click on this and drag, it'll try to snap into here as the background. But if I keep dragging over this circle, I can let go. And now our image is in the frame. I can double click to adjust the image within the frame. So this kind of centers it. And then I click done. So any adjustments that I make here, you'll see that it's sort of semi-transparent. Any adjustments that I make here in the frame only occur within the frame, right? And so there it is. Now, sometimes you'll click on a picture, and if you don't drag, it'll just place the picture in the center of the document. You can still grab this picture and then drag it where you want it to go, like this. Or you can just delete it and then try again. So let's edit a different design. Let's pick one that we can edit quickly here. So we have this one. Now I don't have to delete the other designs, right? But if you do want to delete some of these other pages, we zoom in a little bit, you'll see these icons, right? This one's to delete the page. This one's to duplicate the page. And then we have one to lock the page. Sometimes you might click this automatically. And if you find that you can't do anything to your page, you can't delete anything, you can't move anything around, most likely it has been locked. You can click this again to unlock the page, and then you can come in here and move things around. So you might accidentally hit this and then you can't move it. This comes in handy as well. Once you have a design sort of locked down, you don't want to make any changes to it. You can just click on this lock and nothing will move, even if you click and drag around it. The same is if you don't want to accidentally delete the page, you can lock it. It will white out this trash icon, and as much as I click it, it will not delete. If I unlock it, I do have that option back to delete the page. Okay, let's edit this. Let me know if you have any questions. Again, I'm just kind of going at a pace that I think works. If you want me to go a little faster or slower, let me know. All right, so let's edit this design. So I have my picture here. Now to upload files, you can click on Uploads, Upload Files, and then you navigate to the file that you want to upload on your computer, and then double click. This will upload your image, and then you can use it. So I will then click and drag and drop just like that. Now any of this text I can edit. Whenever you hover over one of these elements, you'll see this purple box appear around it, right? So this happens when I hover over something, but not when I click on it. When I click on it, you'll notice now it has these little handles, this bounding box. And these handles I can use to make things bigger or smaller, An example for the text, I can make the text itself, the text field itself, be larger or smaller, or I can click anywhere that are not the handles and drag to move the element. You'll also notice that when I move an element, you'll see these little purple guides that will snap into different locations. For example, this, when I snap it here, you'll see this purple guide with a dotted line. This tells me that this is now centered within all of this, right? Same with this guideline here, it's kind of hard to see. If I move this around, it'll snap into this place, which means that now this element is now aligned with the top of this frame. So it helps you in terms of alignment. And there are other ways that we can use different tools to align elements. It comes in handy when you have repeating elements like this with these pictures. And I'll show you in a little bit. But for now, let's go back to our text. To edit text, you click on it twice, right? So I clicked on this once, twice. You'll notice that the menu up here changes. This is a contextual menu. And this menu changes depending on what you have selected. So if I select my picture, it'll give me the options or preferences for this picture. If I click on text, it will then change. And all of these options are for text. So you're not going to get a font picker here for a picture, obviously. But when you do select any text, it will give you the option to choose the font. So you can change fonts by clicking here, and then Canva has just hundreds of fonts available. A lot of them are free. Anything that you see with a crown is for Canva Pro. Choose something different. Now, once you find a style that you like, for example, if I wanted to go with a serif font, and I'll increase the font size, make this a little bit bigger, and I'll get rid of the bold. Or actually, I'll keep the bold. Now I can take this style, right? So that's been applied to this element. So the font is Georgia Pro. The font size is, we'll make it 24, and it's bolded, all caps. I can grab this style, and if I want to apply it to the rest of them, instead of clicking on this one and then also choosing Georgia and then changing the font size, I can select my first element. And you'll notice here there's a little button that says copy style. So if I click on this, I will copy the style, and I can hover over an element and it will copy this style over to the element. So once I click on this, it'll change to what I have here. I think this font size is too big, so I'll move it back down to 19. Do the same here. And then I can grab this element, copy the style. Same with this. Just like that. These elements here are graphics. You can kind of think of it as clip art that are Canva elements. So how do I search for those? Let's say I don't drink coffee, right? I can click on elements. And let's say instead of too much coffee, I can say let's say I donated $15,000 to charity. So the coffee icon obviously doesn't work for this, so I can get rid of this. I'll click this and let's do a search for charity and see what pops up. So under graphics, I can click on see all. I'll choose a graphic and you'll notice that some are more colorful graphics, some are this sort of icon line thing style. So I think that works. I'll click on this. Again, anything with a crown that has the Pro, you do need Canva Pro, so I'll choose this one that does not have the crown. You'll notice it made it really big, but then I can grab this, grab one corner, move it down. And there it is. And so just like that, I can customize any of this design. I can change the name. I believe this is the hometown team. I know that they have a custom logo, so I can upload a logo, but I already have one saved here that I uploaded before. So I'll get rid of our standard Layer logo. They have a hometown, which is powered by Layer. And then we can add our home photos. By clicking on uploads and then uploading files, I can upload pictures of different homes. These are just going to be examples. So this comes in handy because you can, I do recommend gathering all the pictures that you want for your document, putting them in a folder. That way, when you click on upload files, you can then upload the pictures that you want. You can also drag and drop, right? So if I go to my downloads here, so if I have a picture of a home like this, I can drag and drop it into this tray and it will upload. It doesn't have to be pictures. You can also upload video as well as audio. And then once this has been uploaded, I can click and then drag it into place. So I'll do the same here. Again, these are just example photos just to show you how it works. Okay. Let me check the chat just to make sure you guys are okay. Okay. Okay, so we have our design. I like it. Might change this. So if I zoom in, we have this circle that's behind this frame, this photo. So click on this. You'll notice that the only option I have is to change the color. So I'll click on color. I already have this layer gold. So I want to change it over to the layer gold, and that's it. Okay, so I'm happy with this. I'll just add my website address. Okay, I'm happy with this design. Now, how do I share this? How do I download this? So there's a big share button. Like I mentioned before, you can share it with someone else if you're working with someone. Now the other button is a download button. So we'll click on download. It'll give you different options for downloading your file. Now, you have a suggested option. So anytime there's illustrations, you'll notice that these are all like line art. It suggests to download PNG. So you can do that. Click on PNG. The size is 1080 by 1080, which works for social media. And then you'll see here it says select pages. I'll click on select pages. And I just want this page 11. So I'll scroll down to page 11. Most of the time you don't need to do this for designs, but this particular design has different templates. So you do need to choose the correct page. and then I'll click on download. So it's going to process and then download. So this downloads now a PNG, which I have here, and then I can post this to social media. Now this is very easy to do on the desktop. You can send this over to your phone as well. And actually Canva has a really good mobile app that works well with your phone or tablet, where all you need to do is sign in with your account and you'll see the same designs pop up. And then when you click on share, you can download directly to your phone. You can share directly on social media as well if you click on share on social. So click on share on social, and then we have various options. So if you want to click on Instagram, you can share directly that way, or Facebook. You do need to connect your accounts. So all you need to do is click on this connect on Facebook, follow the instructions on this. I won't connect my personal account there. But once you have that, you're very easily able to share directly through any of these: LinkedIn, a Facebook group, Facebook stories. In fact, let's see if we can do this Facebook group, because I do have a marketing test Facebook group. Let me go back to my design. Okay, so we went to share on social, Facebook group. There it is. So you want to write your caption. You want to choose the page, right? So page 11. Obviously, you want to work more on your caption. You can add emojis, etc. Click on publish. Okay, so you need to authorize Canva to do it, but I can do that a little later. But that's basically the process. You click on share on social, connect your account, and then share. You can also schedule posts. That is a feature of Canva Pro. So if I click on schedule, so it just prompts you. Before, you were able to sort of preview how it works, but you can watch a little video to see how it works here. But it is a feature of Canva Pro, and I think at the end of this I will go over some of those features real quick. That feature alone, I think it's worth getting Canva Pro for, because you're able to schedule out all of your social media posts for the week, have it post automatically. You can kind of do all of the work up front. All right, very good. So let's go to our next thing. So you can also download this as a JPEG, PNG if you're printing something out, or a video as well. And if we click on more, there's different other ways of sharing. We have presentation links. You can send this to your phone. You can experiment with these. You can save these files also directly to Google Drive if you have something like Dropbox as well. There's tons of options, tons of connections that you can use, but mainly you will be just downloading this as a PNG or JPEG and then using it on social media. So I'm happy with my design. If I click back home, you'll notice that it's still there. I can always go back, click on this design. I can duplicate it as well. I can move it to a folder. So let's go back to our guides, presentations, brochures to show you how you would work on something that you would print out, right? So we have this home selling process monopoly board. I'll go through the same process of opening up a new template. And then to customize it, I will now add my picture. I can do something like this. Now, one feature of Canva Pro that I really like is that you're able to use their filters to remove backgrounds from photos. And in fact, I think I'll switch over to my Pro account so I can show you what that looks like. This is mostly if you're working on a team, but if you know that you're paying for Canva Pro and that you know that you're in a team, but none of the Canva Pro features are available for you. So for example, if I click on my brand kit, nothing is there. Make sure that you have the correct account selected. So this can happen sometimes, and I've had it happen for some agents where they have a pro account, but they have a team account. They need to select their team, right? Once they have their team selected, all of those features of Canva Pro will be available, right? So this is particularly if you went for the Canva team version of Canva, and if you find that it's not working or that you don't see your original designs anymore. So let's go back. I need to open this design again because this is a different account. You won't see this edit template button on your end. I see it because this is my template and I edited this. When you share a template with someone, you can click on that same template link and edit the template. This edits the master template, right? So I won't do that. I'll click on use template for a new design, which is what you will see, and anyone else who doesn't have access to this master template design will see. Okay, so here's my new design. Again, I'm going to customize this by just adding a picture. Now she already has a transparent thing, but let me choose someone that does not. So here, I will resize this, put them where I want them to be. And now to get rid of the background, I'll just click on the picture, click on edit photo, click on BG remover from the Magic Studio, and that quickly it removed the background. It actually does a fairly good job of getting rid of the background. You don't see any like white show through, even in like here with the fringes. It actually does a good job. Same with hair. And that is just a time saver. You're able to then come in here and edit. Make any of these changes, change the phone number. All of this is editable. Like you don't have to use the same exact process, right? You can change any of these icons, but mostly you'll use this as is. You'll just make the few changes to the picture, your contact information, then we can click on share. Now I want to print this out. To print out, I can click on download. File type, I want to use PDF print. It'll give you two different versions of PDF, two different options for PDF. One is PDF standard. This is great if you're emailing someone a particular PDF document. This will compress it down so it's not a large file that you're sending. The other option is PDF print. Now, with Canva Pro, I do have the option to switch it over to a CMYK color profile. You don't have to worry about that for now. But this comes in handy if you're working with a print shop and they're asking for CMYK. Switch it over to CMYK and click on download. Okay, so now this is my PDF. Then I can just go and print, can select my printer, etc., paper size, all of that stuff. Now this downloads this PDF and you can save this on your computer, but you always have this original design on your Canva account. Regardless of which computer, laptop, tablet you're using, you will always have access to this as long as you have an account at Canva. Canva itself has some printing services. So if I click on print with Canva, I can choose any of these. We have cards. I wonder if they have flyers. I guess if you want to print this out on an actual canvas, it will resize the design to make it fit. And it'll give you like a little preview of what it will look like, and then different options that you have. And then you can print it out. These can be a little expensive. Most of their print stuff can be a bit expensive, but you can try it out. Or you can send the PDF out to print basically anywhere. Like Staples, FedEx. Okay, very good. All right, so I went over all of the templates that you can find here at Layer, and there's tons of them, and I do invite you to come in here. Well, first I invite you to sign up for Canva Pro or just regular Canva, free version. You don't have to sign up for Canva Pro. You can do the 30-day free trial of Canva Pro if you want to use these templates. Come in, use any of these. We have tons. Would you rather posts? We have flyers. All of the other marketing things that we deliver to you via our marketing team. For example, the marketing bundle. So when you receive this email, this marketing bundle email, this also includes Canva links. So if I click on this brochure, Canva brochure, I'll make a copy of this. You can edit any of this. You can download this. You can change it, the pictures out. It's all the same, right? So if I want to change the picture of this, you can just drag and drop. These are sort of random pictures that I have here, but you can drag them and drop them. Change any of your text, all of this. If you have a price change as well, like if this went down to something else, and then share, click on download. This particular piece is brochure, so I'll be downloading this as a PDF to print, and then I can print this out. So these two links are for Canva. And then let me show you also the social media pieces. So we have our social media email that looks like this, which has all of the marketing that you need for the week. Most of the time you can use these as is, and I want to say the majority of the time. But if you do want to change this, you're able to click on download. Click on edit in Canva. And I'll edit this in my Pro account so I can show you another feature of Canva Pro. So this opens up a new template. Again, you can use this however you want. You can change out the logos. You can do anything to this, and that original template that we shared with you will always be there, right? You can always go back to that email and open a new version of the template. Now, let's say I want to choose a different picture of this. I can go to, instead of uploads, right? So upload a photo. Canva has access to tons of stock images in photography. So on this left-hand side, we have photos, audio, video, etc. I'll click on photos. I'll just do a search for real estate agent and see what pops up. We'll do this instead, right? So tons of access to really high quality stock images. They all look great. Having a Canva Pro license, right? So whenever you have a subscription, you're licensed to use this. That means you do have a license to use any of these images, right? You can't just go on Google and search for, I don't know, real estate agent and use any image, because you could get a cease and desist notice from the photographer. This gives you the license to actually use this. You can also use video as well. So if I do a search for real estate agent here, I can use something like this. And instead of having this be a static post, we have a video now. The downloading process is exactly the same, right? This actually tells you how long your video is. We can click on share, click on download. So instead of doing this PNG, it automatically goes down to this MP4 video. 1080 by 1080 is perfect. We'll click on download. Now videos do take longer to download because they do need to process. So this particular download might take about a minute or two. I like to leave it up just in case, but you can go to, another tab and keep working on something else. It's usually a little faster than this, but while we wait, let me know if you have any questions. I know we're kind of running on time soon. If you do have any questions about any particular designs, you can email me at happyagents@layerrealty.com. Just make sure that it gets assigned to me and I can actually see it. I get tons of emails every day. So if you email me directly through my regular Layer account, I might not see it just because of the volume of emails that I get. But if you do email Happy Agents, it will definitely get to me and we can work on your design. Take advantage of using that share button to share the original design with me. Let's see, let's click on this and this should open. And there's our video. So this itself, again, I can send it over to my phone and post, or I can post directly on Facebook, Instagram, etc. I think the last one of our designs that I wanted to cover, and definitely take a look at all of these, but is our presentations. So we have this listing presentation. I believe we have a buyer one as well. We have several ones available. These are ready to be customized, right? You can add your information on here. Once you have that ready, you can download this as something like a PowerPoint presentation, PPTX, or you can present directly from your Canva account. And this is actually what we do at our events, any kind of the boot camp or the sales meeting. It's all done in Canva. So this helps me create the design itself, and then Stacy can then present on her end. Now, to do a presentation in Canva, when you're in a presentation, click on present and then click present. It's going to full screen it. And then you can flip through the pages by clicking on your arrows. Our presentations already have transitions applied to them, but it makes it really easy to do a nice presentation like this. You can hit the escape button to get out of the presentation. Sometimes that can take a little bit of practice, or you can move your mouse and there's like a little escape button here that you can use. There's different things that you can do as well. There's a presenter view, which if you have a projector, right, or another monitor, you can't see it here. Let me see if it'll show it. If you have another monitor, you can actually see the presentation happen and then have this on your laptop or your tablet. And then you can add notes to this, right? So you can add notes about the actual slide. Right, it'll give you the time, how long you're taking to do it, a lot of really powerful features. I'll click out of it. Another thing you can do also is to record. You can present and record. I'm already recording here, so I can't really show you that feature, but you're able to go through the presentation like this and record your voice and also your video. So if you can kind of go through one whole presentation like this. You can edit it and then send it along to your client if that is what you choose to do. So there's tons of options in terms of presentations. All of it is contextual, right? So if I have a flyer, it's not going to give me this present button, right? Or these things. I can search for them if I click on more. But most of these pertain to whatever your design you have chosen. Okay. So last thing, again, check out this Layer Agent Services guides, presentations, brochures. Just go through all of these. These are all branded for Layer. You can use these however you want. You don't have to use them exactly as we use them. You can add to them, you can remove to them. But if we go back to Canva, you do have access to tons of other designs. So, if you don't, for whatever reason, don't want to use any of our designs, you can do a search in Canva by using this search bar here for the exact design that you want. So let's say I want to do an Instagram post that is an open house, and I want my design to be minimal, right? So you can actually get fairly detailed with what you want. Now you'll see tons of already made designs here, and it's exactly what I want, right? So an open house that's sized to fit into an Instagram post that has a minimal design. Some of these are free to use, some of these are Canva Pro. Now, Canva recently made a feature called Magic Design, where it uses AI to come up with designs with what you gave it in terms of the search. Because this search, while it is detailed, is not super detailed, it doesn't really give great results, right? So none of these are really real estate based or related. But the actual pre-made designs, and these are designed by humans, are really great. So I'll click on one of these to use it. I can customize this template and the same exact process, right? So I'll go back down to uploads. Actually, before I do that, now that I have this design open, I haven't done anything to it. If you click on this left-hand side, this first option for design, you can search other designs and then do other searches here. So instead of a design that features this, I want something that has a black background. I can choose any of these as well from within this section. Once I have something that I like, I can then customize this. Just like I showed you before, I can change my logo. Again, I already have my logo saved, and this is part of a different pro feature called Brand Kit. But I have my logo saved with my brand kit. Like I said, as a pro feature. With my brand kit, I can then change the colors of this to fit my style, right? So if I scroll up to brand, I have already defined colors that I like. Let me choose the right one. I think it was the sample layer one. I already have defined colors, right? And so then I can click on the shuffle button and it will shuffle the colors around. I think I like this one. And the colors that it uses are just from my brand kit. So real quickly to customize this, and this is a feature of Canva Pro. When I go back home and I click on brand, the first time you click on this, you won't see anything here. And we have different ones for different teams that we use. But I'll click on the sample layer one. I can upload the logos that I normally use. So we have our logos here for both layer and layer Bowen. I can define my colors, right? So if I click on add new, I can use the color picker here, or I can give it a specific hex code. And you can find these colors on our Layer Agent Services page. So if you go to Layer Agent Services, scroll down to logos and images, same place where you can find logos. If you click on logos, we have tons of different logos. For Canva, I do recommend going to Layer Logos and clicking SVG logo for Canva. You can download this by clicking on this download button. This will download to your computer, and then you can upload it. There's also a PDF that's called Layer Style Guide. If you double click on this, it'll show you just some pointers on how to use a logo. But down here, you will also find both hex colors and PMS colors that are our official blue and gold. If you're getting signs made, you would be using something like the PMS colors. If you're doing printing, you can use these PMS colors. But for Canva, you can use these hex colors. And it's very easy. You can just copy this. This is the blue. We'll go back to our brand kit, add a new color. I'll paste. It's telling me that's already a color in here, but it's this particular blue here. You can add other colors. You can add some tertiary colors. Let's say I want sort of a lighter gray, right? You can add as many colors as you want. You can also add colors that fit your own team. You can also define the default fonts and both font sizes for your designs this way as well. You can add photos for your brand kit. So if you're working in a team and you already have your pictures for your team, you can upload those as well. Same thing with graphics and different icons. You can define everything for your brand, for your office. And then when you are working on a design, very easily you can just click on brand and quickly grab your logo, right? So instead of this layer logo, I want my layer Bowen logo. And just like that, I'm able to grab all of these. So instead of using this font, I'll use this font for the heading, etc. And that's how you can use the brand kit. The brand kit 2 is a really great feature of Canva Pro that I recommend using. Okay, so I'm definitely over time. Let me know if you have any questions. You can email happyagent@layerrealty.com. You can catch a replay of today's training on our YouTube channel. It's layerrealty.com/layer. No, hold on. It's youtube.com. Let me show you. youtube.com/layer training. And you'll find a replay of today's class. Okay, very good. I hope you have a great rest of your day. See you later. Bye.